Community Kinders Plus is a not-for-profit cluster manager responsible for the delivery of service at 19 kindergartens across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. Our role is to manage, support and facilitate the staff at our kindergartens to provide quality early learning programs which meet the needs of their community. Community Kinders Plus employs and manages 110 staff members and oversees the program and education of 1,765 children. Our vision encompasses innovation and excellence in early years learning. We strive to create great outcomes for children and families through delivering high quality early learning programs at all of our kindergartens, which are inclusive, sustainable, engaging and meet the needs of our families. The things that we want children to be ready to do are around skills and dispositions. So we want the children to leave kinder and start school to feel confident and happy in their learning, so that in their ability to learn, they know that they can give things a try. We want them to be independent and we want them to be able to work by themselves, but also as a member of a team. We understand that sometimes families face obstacles in their lives that can leave them feeling vulnerable. Community Kinders Plus has identified the need to provide these children and their families with the opportunity to receive equitable education and development regardless of their economic or social status.
When you think of family-centred practice, what we're trying to say here is that if you want to ensure that the child has a successful long life learning prospect, then you have to support the child within their family context and their family life.
Early intervention has been shown to have a substantial impact on cognition, social and emotional development and progress at school. Research has shown that children's communication and physical development at age 4 to 5 indicates future achievement at school and success in life.
Some of the things that we discovered last year as part of their very initial allied health pilot, that children had quite poor general knowledge. They were unable to differentiate between a giraffe and a zebra, which I was quite astounded about. The other thing that we discovered was that a lot of them didn't know their name. They didn't know their full, didn't realise they had a surname. They were unable to talk about their siblings. They didn't know where they lived. So I think, and a lot of those to me are life skills, and it's something that children I would have expected would know by that stage. So it really did show up some quite significant gaps that then we were able to program and to address within the program prior to those children going on to school.
As a result, CKP has formed a partnership with Everyday Independence in order to promote the development, wellbeing and safety of young children and future generations. We are calling this our Ckpseed fund and we are seeking donations.
Well, we looked at screens that were developmentally appropriate for both 3 and 4-year-olds, because we screened the 3-year-old kinders and the 4-year-old kinders. We take the activities that we use within the screen from 2 different assessments, both standardised assessments and norm referenced assessments. So we really look at skills that we would expect most 3 and 4-year-olds to be able to do at the time of the screening. So we're looking at their drawing skills, their cutting skills, their ability to attend to tasks, their ability to follow instructions, throwing, catching, jumping, all the things that we would expect kids to be able to do at this time in their development. Lovely. What colour is that one?
There's the blue, red and yellow.
Lovely. And that one?
And white.
One.
So the screening process is worked really well this year. It's been within our session time, so all the children have been in class and the therapists have come in and set up a small area with the children. It's worked very well for the children and for us to be able to see where the children are up to developmentally, and then how we've been able to implement other resources and programs for the children to help develop their skills further.
It's also given me an idea of the importance of what she's doing when we're at home playing with Play-Doh and just drawing and things like that, what it's actually, in what areas it's helping her, so that I know that when she goes to school, I can be sure that she's got the skills needed to be learning to read and write and sitting at the table and those sorts of things.
I think one of the important parts of early childhood pedagogy is for us to think beyond just our classrooms. It is about that kind of catch cry of lifelong learning. One of the important things for early childhood people to understand is what we do today has an impact not just tomorrow but beyond our relationship with children. So thinking about that, we've got to think about what is the child's trajectory of learning, what's going to happen at school, and sometimes we don't know what's going to happen at school, but that shouldn't stop us from building some really sound opportunities for children to learn today that set them up to succeed in the future.
Any change that you would get into a different school would be, it can be quite challenging, particularly the younger students who come into the school. One of the things we try to do is ensure we've got a transition programme so the students feel confident in the new environment. Because they're moving from kinder to primary school, it's such a large setting, particularly at our school. We've got 650 students, there's 5 teachers in prep, and there's 20 students, up to 20 students per prep grade. So that can be quite daunting for the students. So what we try to do is to make sure that they have a visual check-in in the school and they feel safe at all times. It's so beneficial that the students come in with a certain base level of skill, and the teachers are able to then really challenge the students, move them forward, get the greater gains, because ultimately the foundations they get here, in a sense, are the springboards for them to develop into the future.
We know from research brain development happens much earlier on than we ever thought, and that's why we need to make sure that when all kids go to kinder, that the classrooms, the play areas are of a really good quality, that they're full of good ideas from well-resourced and well-educated teachers, but they also are better prepared to attend school, that they have their imaginations lit up so that they can become problem solvers, investigative learners, that they develop the social skills that they need to navigate an increasingly problematic world, an increasingly complex world. We know that all that starts really early on.
I think that there'll be huge benefits for families and for children, but particularly children. I think having a shared understanding between all the sectors will provide for more appropriate programming, certainly developmentally for children, so what's appropriate for them when they're entering in the school through that transition process. So it's about having lots of dialogue between the sectors, and we've been able to be part of a project where we've had a lot of shared thinking, shared teaching across the early childhood and the prep sector, which has really improved the understanding of what is needed for a child transitioning into school.
Help us to help the children at our kindergartens to achieve their full potential. We can make a significant difference to their future happiness and successes in life.